What is going on, everybody, and welcome back into Barley Studios. Now, today in the studio, we're really not talking about anything like craft related. We're talking about photography. For many of you that do subscribe to my YouTube channel, you know that I do enter items into the Carolina Classic Fair every year if I'm able to do so. Time permitting me actually getting out there to get the items dropped off, entered into the fair, and then pick them up is always a challenge, but I try my best to get out there to do so. Now that does mean that I am challenging myself to create multitude of different types of art in different mediums and enter those into the fair. And as years go on, I really do try to challenge myself to create more and more types of art every year. That means that every year I may not be entering into the same categories. But in this video, I'm just going to be simply talking about the two photography entries that I have. Now, I took these pictures at completely different times throughout the year, and I do have them ordered now from Google. I do use Google Photos, and I did upload those, and I ordered them in. It took about maybe 12 to 15 days to get these in. But let's go ahead and look at these two photography entries that I have, and let's get these framed up and ready to go. And when I'm not entering them into the fair, I will have them here framed, displayed in my art studio as items that I had warranted awesome enough to enter into the fair. So let's go ahead and zoom in here, guys, and let's go ahead and look at these two photos. I'm going to describe why I like them so much, and then we'll pull out these frames that I just received in the mail from Amazon. Right, you guys, so as you can see here, I do have my two photos. I'm not going to flip this over because it does have my address on it, and let's try to avoid that. So of course it's in a nice little like cardboard package. It says do not bend. That's always a good thing. Let's go ahead and pull these out here. Now, the very first one is my absolute favorite, I think, and it is phenomenal. So we have two photos here. These are both 8 by 10s. I believe, if I recall correctly, 8 by 10s is the largest that you can enter into the fair. Look at that. Now, this is my oldest daughter. Now, we took this at the Clemens, North Carolina, Tanglewood Park. This is their arboretum. And then we actually got a ton of flower pictures during this trip. We took some like a photo op and got the kids in their beautiful clothes, and it's like Sunday bests. And we got a great like little set of all of the kids. It is absolutely phenomenal. Now, I did doctor it a little bit as far as the saturation, and the background also blurred naturally, which is absolutely great. I took a few of these photos, and then this is the best one that I like the most. It's just her gently leaning over and just smelling the flowers. It's just kind of blended very nicely, and then the focus is just her. Of course, during this trip, we were absolutely hot and sweaty, and it was just so humid outside, but we were able to capture this photo. And this one is the one I just took off and away from the other kids and the missus, but it turned out absolutely phenomenal, and I wanted to kind of capture this and have it as a, not originally my fair entry, but I really had some great options this year, and this is the one that I chose. And we're going to go ahead and frame this in just a few moments. Let's set this off to the side and we'll come back to it. Now, the second photo that we have here is a little bit different, you guys, but this thing absolutely just called my name when I took the picture. Now, ever so often, I will get pictures like this. Now, this was actually taken at North Carolina Zoo. That is the state zoo over in Asheboro, North Carolina, and we are members of there. Anytime I'm able to get over there and take beautiful photos of some of their animals and turn them into other forms of art, that I do so. I do actually plan to create a polar bear painting from one of the polar bears here soon. It's going to be kind of an abstract, but that will be coming out here soon, hopefully in the next year or so. Maybe in the cool months of the year, maybe around December, I'll start working on that there for my YouTube subscribers. Back to the photo at hand. Now, this photo was taken at the Asheboro, North Carolina Zoo. This thing is absolutely phenomenal. Now, there's a few things that you'll notice here, and it's really why I like it. One, it was not originally a black and white. It was a sepia. But I do need a black and white entry for the Carolina Classic Fair. And I was like, well, why not go ahead and turn this into a black and white print? So I went ahead and did that. And I do offer prints of this on my Pictorum.com. Search my name. Voila. My name on Pictorum.com. You'll find that in the description below if you would like your own print of this. It turned out great. Now, one of the things that you'll notice here, so at times, sometimes you'll get to where the handlers will put the snakes in the same enclosure. It's very rare, but it does happen. So here you'll notice that we have a Diamondback in the background, right there. And then in the front here, you'll actually see we have a timber rattlesnake. How awesome is that? They were actually coiled together, and I was able to capture them both at the exact same time. And if you're not looking close enough at the picture, you would think that it's just one snake coiled up in a way, but it's actually two snakes, and it's actually really cool. I really enjoyed taking this photo, and I think it was a great black and white entry. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and put these off to the side for now. And we're also going to be working with a painting as well in this video, just as some bonus material. So we'll get to that in a few moments. So let's start off. Let's get some picture frames out of their packaging, which I just received today. So I've already cut this package open here, and then here is the first frame. There we go. And it is just a white frame. All right. And the actual second one is actually inside of a box. So let me dig that out right quick. Now this one is another white frame, but it is a little bit aged. Okay. And then we also have a frame for a floating abstract. And we will get to that in a moment. It's pretty cool. Got that for a great steal on Amazon. Great pricing. We'll come back to that in a minute. All right, so let's go ahead and cut these out here. If I recall correctly, my original intention was to frame, I think, the black and white in the pure white frame. And I was going to put her picture, my daughter's picture, in this one here. Make sure we check for quality, make sure there's no scruffs. It does have that double-sided tape there, kind of for protection there. Let's go ahead and get this one open at the same time. I like that these do come with a lot of hanging hardware, and they're actually relatively cheap. So if you're wanting just to get like just a quick look on how they're gonna, if you want a frame for cheap, then why go above and beyond to get something super extravagant? Set those off to the side right there, and let's go ahead and pick out those stock photos there. Easier said than done. Drop that right back down in there again. Nice. Go ahead and get this one done here. And then we'll get the frames on there. Just like that, we'll drop that back into there. I wish those were real glass, but that's why they're so cheap, right? All right, so we're going to drop this one into here. And then we will drop Mr. Slither into there. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and, so I need to frame it so that this one hangs on that side. So this needs to go just like that. Just like that and that. Nice. And then this one is going to hang, that's the top, so we need to hang it, put it in that way. There's that, and that, and that, and that. Ready for the reveal? And there are my two entries into the photography field of the Carolina Classic Fair. Cool, right? Alrighty, I like that. It's looking pretty good. Now I'm going to set these off to the side. And as bonus material, let's get this other frame out and get it put together. Alright, so the picture, the painting that we're working with, and for the abstract entry into the Carolina Fair, is Ocean Spray. I have not sold this as of yet, but I hope to at some point. Let's go ahead and get this framed up. All right, so here is our frame. Turn it this way. All right, so let's go ahead and get this put in a position here. Get this little bag of trinkets off there. There we go. Now, just as a reminder, this is a canvas floating frame with easy fasteners. This is an 11 by 14 stretched canvas. And you can put anything you'd like in there, whether it's stretch canvas or a board like we're about to use. Fasteners, hoop, and Velcro included in the box. Pretty cool, huh? Super simple, super easy. Alrighty, so we got a few pieces of Velcro here. I'm just gonna go ahead and put these on just like that. Now, I will say that these Velcro adhesive strips are extremely strong. I mean, I wouldn't want your expensive painting to fall off, but man, love, are they strong. Good thing they're going on the back of the canvas, right? So then we're just going to go ahead and I guess we're just going to center it. Oh, dear. I guess just push it down. And it puts them all on the back like that. And then we're going to try to center them. Mr. Betsy. This is not easy to center. There we go. Nice. All right, I'm gonna wipe this down right here so the outside of it is really nice and smooth, and then we'll catch you back. And just like that, guys, these beautiful pictures are already framed, including that canvas. Now, of course, that thing is still for sale on my Etsy shop, and if you'd like a print of it, it's also available on Pictorum.com along with my rattlesnake photography. On a side note, let me know in the comments below, which do you like the most, the one of my beautiful daughter or these awesome killer rattlesnakes?